Hey y'all. Welcome back to another What Else is Going On podcast, aka We Go podcast YouTube video. I'm your girl, your host, Taria. Happy Thursday evening. It's the eve of Friday. I hope y'all are doing well. We got a lot going on right now, a lot of feelings, emotions, thoughts. So I hope that y'all are doing well. Okay. We are all in this together as a family. So just got back from the gym, so excuse that I just feel sweaty and like, but I wanted to do this video before I hopped on in the shower. And your Salt Lake City recap will be out either tomorrow or Saturday. I'm gonna combine them last week's because here's the thing. I literally took all my notes. I have the email proof that I emailed my notes to myself last Saturday, but then y'all know I went to a couple's giving, got home late, and then Sunday I was working and didn't do it. And then by the time like Tuesday came, I was like, it's too late to do one. So I'm annoyed because I spent that time doing it and didn't do it. But either way, you will get this week's, yesterday's that just happened. Either you'll get it before the weekend is out because I got so lots of things to say. I mean, I have family dinner on Saturday night with my girlfriend. Like her daughters, like me and Corey's daughters. Corey's goddaughter, but we're very close. So her dad passed away. It's been not quite a month. Has it been a month? And her mom is doing family dinner and they are definitely family. Yeah. We've been friends for over 10 years, I believe. Yeah. Oh, well longer than 10 years. That's my girl. Y'all will probably meet her on here one day. Her daughter, which is again my daughter niece, I got her into Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, and she be texting me about. She watches all the reality shows. Okay, so she'll come over here sometimes, spend the night, and uh, if I don't fall asleep on her, I'll watch the reality shows with her. But she loves all the shows that we love, and I love it. So anyway, there's a couple things I wanted to talk to y'all about. So let's get into it. First up, I know y'all seen this today, but we're gonna discuss it as a family. Let's go.
Listen, in hindsight is always 50-50. If I could do it all over again, I believe the photos were very distasteful and I elevated the situation. I've elevated situations before,
So
and
you're
I've
taking
taken full accountability for the things that I've done. I am sorry for what I've done. I didn't have to take it that far. But when I felt threatened, I've never had a child and be in a situation like this before. So that's why I escalated it to the point where I was protecting not only myself, but my child.
Now I don't know why it kept skipping, but y'all heard it. Let's see. Let me see something. See if it plays this way without.
Listen, in hindsight is always 50-50. If I could do it all over again, I believe the photos were very distasteful and I elevated the situation. I've elevated situations before,
So
and I've taken full accountability for the things that I've done. I am sorry for what I've done. I didn't have to take it that far. But when I felt threatened, I've never had a child and be in a situation like this before. So that's why I escalated it to the point where I was protecting not only myself, but my child.
All right. So Kenya has finally come out and spoke, or Kenya has spoke on that. Listen, I'm gonna be honest. I've said it from the beginning when it came out. I felt like she showed the pictures that people said that she showed, not a fake photo not a photo with a penis next to her mouth that wasn't real, but actual. Showed the photos. She's come out and said, "Hey, look." She takes responsibility for what she did. I remember I didn't bash her. What I did say was, I believe that she did it. She showed the photos. And there were a lot of people that didn't want to believe that she did it because she came out and said, I did not share revenge P. And I said, if people have to pay attention to what people say, if it wasn't categorized as revenge P, she's saying, I don't believe that I shared revenge P. She never said I didn't share the photo. So, hey, look, she probably feels relieved coming out and speaking on it. Possibly there's so many different narratives, that played out. So maybe she feels relieved being able to speak on it. Um, we don't know unless she comes out and maybe does a live or another interview detailing exactly why she chose to speak out on it with Tamron Hall. But yeah, she's come out and said that she takes accountability. So hey, she takes accountability. That is a good thing. But I think a lot of us knew. And I will say this, I had heard from reliable sources that it had happened. I'm sure a lot of people heard. But again, they could be as reliable as someone being there, right? But at the end of the day, you can say you still don't 100% know, even though this person may be reliable, may work with the people, may have been there, and they said, "Hey, I saw it." You don't know, right? But she has come out and said it. So good for her for taking accountability for showing the photos. Next up in Housewives news. Okay, Miss Kyle Richards. Now look, I have not been a fan of Kyle ever, but I recognize her part in Beverly Hills, right? This is according to Reality Blurb. Kyle Richards called out Dorit Kemsley for her manipulative ways and accused her of acting out to avoid a potential demotion or firing during an interview on Monday. Ahead of next week's Real Housewives of Beverly Hills premiere, Kyle offered an update on where she stands with Sutton, and she teased her upcoming project with Reese Witherspoon and a possible return to Halloween. She also shaded Dorit for reading her private text at the season 13 reunion and labeled it manipulative. It was actually the complete opposite of manipulation. I could not have been more transparent in what I said to her about not wanting to ruin a friendship over a reality show. And I think that was what was manipulative, was her reading that on camera, a private text. I always look at what people accuse you of because it seems to be something they would do to people. She's accused many of her castmates of not being honest. So does that mean that's because she's not honest? It works both ways. According to Kyle, reading her text was very upsetting, and she and Dorit came into filming on season 14 in a bad place because of it. You'll see us work through all of that as much as we could through the season, but then we would kind of take one step forward, two steps back. Then, when she asked if she felt Dorit was more activated amid season 14 due to the swirling rumors regarding her status on the show, Kyle admitted she did. Yes, I'm thinking we're friends, which is more than a TV show, and which is why I felt even more frustrated by the stuff that was going on camera and the text being read and all of that. It kind of made me think, okay, well, wow, talk about a manipulation. Although Kyle went into season 14 with intentions of patching things up with Dorit, especially after she split from PK in May, she said she was met with resistance from her former friend. I kept trying, but it felt very difficult. And I was met with a very different Dorit than I was used to seeing. And it didn't feel like it was just what she was going through in her life. She seemed a lot more angry. Kyle revealed, suspecting Dorit didn't want to reconcile because it would be better drama for the show. I think that's a big part of it. And I think she's also maybe angry with what's going on in her life. While Kyle doesn't like to think that rumors influence storylines on the show, she admitted that she has been met with two-faced behavior from castmates in the past. I do see being nice to my face and then very different conversations happening with the other cast members. And I'm like, wait, what do I believe here? But then that perpetuates more problems within the show. Looking ahead to season 15, Kyle said she'd like to see Teddi Mellencamp back, who is currently in the midst of a cheating scandal. I know she would always have my back. Yeah. Teddi, I know, would also be like Erica, very supportive. I can trust her. After sharing that Erica has always been steadfast and never made her question her friendship, Kyle confirmed that she and Sutton were able to repair their relationship, at least for now. She came into the season very much wanting to repair our friendship and apologizing for how she treated me last year. I really appreciated that, and I felt it was genuine, and I was grateful because I care about her, and I just wanted us to be friends again. And then, you see the trailer, and you're like, wait, what is she saying behind my back? So I don't know. She said she doesn't like to think rumors influence storylines on the show. But you were a part of that whole thing with Lisa with the conversation, right, about Brandy and Denise. You participated in that. There's just something I never have bought the I'm just Kyle is innocent thing. And that could be, again, that's just me. That's just my personal opinion. Other people may have a different one, which is what makes these shows interesting to watch, right? I just have never bought her. I'm just so innocent. I don't like that. And I'm just doing what's best for everyone, and no one was doing what's best for me. No. But we shall see. I don't think I definitely think Dorit was like, oh, shoot, these rumors, I need to amp it up. I also feel like Dorit is going back to who she was when she first joined the show. Remember, Dorit had a voice her first season, and then it just slowly faded away. I don't know, child. We shall see. Moving on. This is according to the news item. This was just today. Associated Press. Judge weighs the merits of a lawsuit alleging Real Housewives creators abused a cast member. So this is, again, the New York Associated Press. The lawyer for a former cast member of the Real Housewives of New York told a federal judge today, that the First Amendment cannot shield the show's creators from a lawsuit alleging that the show's participants were subjected to a rotted workplace culture. Attorney Sarah Matz said the lawsuit brought by Leah McSweeney earlier this year should advance to the stage where evidence can be gathered for trial. Adam Levin, a lawyer for defendants, including entertainer Andy Cohen, one of the show's TV producers, and the Bravo channel, told the judge that the lawsuit's allegations were protected by the First Amendment and that it should be dismissed at a stage in which the judge is required to assume the allegations are true. The judge did not immediately rule on the future of the lawsuit, which seeks unspecified damages for mental, emotional, physical pain, along with impairment of life's joys and lost future earnings. The lawsuit filed in Manhattan federal court alleges that McSweeney, who suffers from alcoholism, was pressured to drink booze on the show and was retaliated against when she wanted to stay sober, or was denied reasonable accommodations to aid her efforts at sobriety. It also alleges that the defendants employed psychological warfare intentionally weaponized to break Miss McSweeney's psyche, particularly when she was intimidated and prevented from visiting her dying grandmother through threats to cut her pay or fire her if she left the filming location. They knew she was trying to be sober. Her lawyer told the judge, the show is not called The Drunk Housewives of New York City. The judge, who said he had never seen the show, asked each side numerous questions and seemed inclined to a minimum strike some allegations from the lawsuit that pertain to events on camera. Levin, which is a lawyer from the other side, told him the lawsuit should be tossed in its entirety. He said ruling in favor of the claims made in McSweeney's lawsuit would kill some television and Broadway stage shows if the First Amendment did not protect the producers of the show. Particularly when it comes to a reality television show, the cast member becomes the message of the show, and you can't separate the person from the speech, Levin said. What are the limits a director can do to induce the behavior the director wants? The judge asked, as he questioned whether a director could demand that show participants not sleep for 2 days before filming or subject themselves to a physical assault just before they go on camera. The lawyer for Bravo said there were limits to First Amendment protection for the creators of a communicative show, but he said they were narrow in scope. McSweeney's lawsuit, he said, did not fall within the narrow exceptions, such as when a producer might commit a criminal felony offense during the production of a show. So the judge has yet to rule if the lawsuit will be able to go forward. The judge is asking questions. Y'all think that when he went home, the judge turned on Leah's season to see what was going on? I wonder, because it says he never watched the show, but you're not even the least bit curious, especially with all this going on. So we shall see. We're going to stay updated and tuned in with all of this. All right, y'all, that is some Bravo news for you. I was going to throw in, I'll wait. I'll do that in a separate video. All right, y'all, that's some Bravo news for y'all. I will talk to y'all later. Love y'all.